Trial attorney Randy Zelin joins us now to provide insight on Trump's case. He's also an adjunct professor of law at Cornell University. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Well, we just heard from the former president a few moments ago, speaking live from Mar-a-Lago back in Florida. No gag order in this case, but do you think what he said in his address could hurt his case?
Well, I think Julia Roberts said it best in Pretty Woman. Big mistake. Huge. Those remarks from former President Trump, I think, were ill-advised. If I were his attorneys, I would be cringing. But it's done. Do I think it moves him closer to a gag order? I certainly do believe that Judge Merchan is not terribly happy to the extent that he's heard or seen any of former President Trump's remarks. He should have stayed far away from attacking the district attorney. He should have stayed far away from attacking the judge and the case. He has done exactly what the judge has pleaded with him. Don't make me do this. Don't make me put a gag around your mouth so you don't infect any of the jurors in this case.
How significant are these dozens of felony charges, especially against a former U.S. president? Was there anything in the indictment that was unsealed today that we did not know?
No, I think as a practical matter, this really is a fly hitting the windshield of the truck. President Trump could plead guilty to each and every one of the 34 counts tomorrow, be sentenced, and still be able to run for president. It really has no impact on him at all. In fact, from what I've been told, he actually got a bump in his ratings. His base is always going to be his base. But what I think it did, and the significance of today, it showed the United States New York didn't fall off the map. The sun will rise tomorrow. People will go to work tomorrow. We will continue on with our lives. Time continues to run. So I think what will happen now is other prosecutors who have stronger cases, have more emotional cases, like the January 6th insurrection, like the classified documents, like trying to find 11,000 votes in the state of Georgia. I think those prosecutors now will see, oh, you know what? Okay, that wasn't so terrible. I think they will move up their timetables, and don't be surprised if the case in New York gets shelved in favor of these stronger, more significant other prosecutions.
Yeah, I mean, there are so many cases, as you just mentioned. This is maybe one of the minor ones, despite the 34 charges against him. How long could all of this take? I mean, our correspondent referenced, primary season about a year from now. What is likely to happen with all of these cases? Because the legal system, the justice system here is slow.
Well, one of the nice things about practicing criminal law, and one of the things that I personally have always enjoyed about practicing criminal law, criminal cases have a birth, they have a life, and they have an end. Typically, your prosecution will take anywhere from 6 to 18 months. It is not years and years and years like we see civil cases. In this particular case, dealing with Mr. Trump as a defendant, and right out of his playbook is delay, stall, appeal, move to stay, stop it, go to this court, this higher court. We will see that. But I think what we will also see here in the normal course, because truth be told, this indictment does not tell the defense the other crime that the former president is accused of having committed to elevate the misdemeanor to a felony. So there will be something called the demand for a bill of particulars, where the defense will say, Judge, I don't know what this other crime is. How can I possibly defend this case? So expect the judge, Judge Merchan, to in fact tell the district attorney's office, hey, let him know what these other crimes are. At that point, that will set the table for a motion to dismiss the indictment or reduce the charges from a felony down to a misdemeanor. Along the way, you're going to have a fair amount of discovery that the prosecution must turn over immediately because of bail reform in New York. So the defense will be spending a fair amount of time going through every single electronic file, every single piece of paper. That takes time. When you're ready, you make your motion to dismiss or your motion to reduce. The government gets the opportunity to oppose, defense gets the opportunity to reply, and then it will be set down ostensibly for oral argument. If the defense wins and the case is over, expect to see an appeal from the prosecution. If the defense loses, expect the defense then to try to get to a higher court, even though technically they shouldn't be permitted to, but this is the president. And this thing will go and go, and I think in the meantime, we'll see other indictments. This case will never see a trial.
All right, attorney and professor Randy Zelin, great to have you on. Just the beginning. See you next time.
Thank you.